Hey everybody, Scroft here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Court Farms, our contracting / farm build series. Pretty much more of a farm build and a big arable field series now. Yeah, massive arable setup, I'd say it's more like now than the contracting side. But yeah, I had a long weekend off. There was no farmhand videos, so apologies for that, but doing some family things. But yeah, back to normal now, back making videos. It was a bit of a strange one. I started off, you know, the weekend went really well, but then Beanie ended up getting quite poorly. She's actually got COVID, so yeah, it's going to change things this week. So if you're expecting some of the survival series with me and Beanie, might have to put that off till next week now. But we are going to be probably on Court Farms a little bit more, and I've got a few other things planned up. But yeah, Beanie's got COVID, unfortunately. So the actual weekend that I had off ended. It started well, but ended not so good. But yeah, she'll get better. I'm looking after her. But yeah, we're back on Court Farms. In the last episode, we finished the harvest. I think it's gone into day 2 July, so I think it was day 1 last time, if I remember. I think I've skipped over a day. And yeah, we brought in all the grain and dried it off. So we got 25,000 litres of wheat that I didn't put into the dryer in the end. Moved it out because I actually forgot to do that as I was, you know, putting it into the dryer. So I made sure to get that out. And I stored that away for the chickens, so that should be enough for the chickens going into the next year. I also did a lot of the baling, as you can tell. I leased out 2 Orlo trailers to help me out with this. So they're on lease, so we're going to return eventually. And yeah, got all the baling done. I even did a bit of mulching as well, so did get ahead of myself, which is great, because in this episode we are going to focus on getting the silage done. Our second cut of silage. So let's go first, though, and sell this. Because we're going to need at least, well, it could be the JCB or the Massey, really, to get set up with the mowers. But the first thing I want to do is I want to drive up here. Now, I am going to use follow me. May as well use a bit of follow me on this. Because this should be good money. For the amount of straw bales I've ended up with, this should be incredible. I'm hoping for, I don't know, 70,000 if we're lucky. It's a good hit, so it's a random number to aim for, but why not? 70,000 is achievable, this amount. Right, so we should be set up as soon as that works. There we go. Ooh. There we go. So we're just going to take it to the closest sell point. It doesn't really make too much of a difference with things like straw, because the price is quite low anyway. So a few quid either side won't matter too much. Yeah, I'm enjoying this series. I'm trying to progress it forward, because at some point I do want to move over to another UK map. That is my aim. Oh, God. That branch might be a problem. Let's just sort something out there, because that's not a happy branch. Hopefully they won't mind me just putting that over there. Hopefully they can drive past now. I think it was that branch that I clipped anyway. If that one gets past, we'll be perfectly fine. Oh, I'm going to have more problems over here. Are we going to... Yeah, hopefully that means that he'll also drive through that. Whew. Luckier with that one, definitely lucky. Right, so the bale sell point, I'm going to take you to that one there. Just makes sense. Not sure. There is that one as well. To be honest, I don't think it's going to matter too much. But yeah, I was mentioning about the fact that I'm trying to progress through this series, because we've been on it quite some time. As much as I love Court Farms, it's one of the best maps for FS22. It's well up there for me. I think it's about time to try another UK map. So as soon as this series is finished, the plan is to move over to a UK map. Kind of like a realistic series, a bit like I'm doing now. Well, this is not as realistic as what I've got planned for that, but yeah, I'd like to do kind of a really realistic farming series on a UK map that's obviously not Court Farm. So that is the plan. Right, so let's jump into... There we go. We can take that off. We've earned quite a bit of money from that. We're earning really good money, in fact. So that'll bring us to about I'm going to say 50,000. That's about 25, another 25. Yeah, 50,000. So it could be around 75. So that's pretty much spot on. That's exactly where I want it to be. That's not bad, is it? Just 75,000 from straw. We'll return both of them. I think what I'll do, and we'll just quickly use a bit of auto drive here, just to get ahead of ourselves. Send that to the farm. Hopefully, nope. That's never a good idea to drive into. To just drive into a bloody fence. Kind of not what you should be doing. What's going on here? Is that the way out? I think it is. There we go. And if we... I think he's gonna... My God, this is a faff already. You stay there. You can tell I've had a fair few days away from away from FS. I have actually missed it a lot, to be honest. I've been playing. I was playing on the PlayStation for a bit on God of War. So if I don't know if you played that, but God of War Ragnarok, I was actually really enjoying it. But I have missed FS. It's by far my favourite game to play. Right, so where is this setting? I could probably set it up to go from here, but it looks like it's a bit all over the shop. So it's probably better to just do that and set him off. He's off on his way. That's that one done. And then we will drive this one back. But we're now sitting at 118,000, so much better. Much better. I think we were around 55,000 or something like that. So we've definitely gone up in the world. But yeah, we're going to get back, get the mowers hooked up, and we'll get out in the fields and start doing... Look at this one. Where's he going? Auto drive sometimes, honestly. Faffing about like that for... JCB's actually right behind me. I can't... to be honest, we're doing 39 miles an hour, so that's not too bad. This case does fly pretty well, but I think the JCB's a little bit faster. Would have been a fast track. But we'll get back. We'll hook up to... I'm just trying to think. We might use the... Yeah, we'll use the JCB with the mowers that we've bought, the new mowers. We might even set the other mowers going in the second field so we can actually double up. So you probably noticed as well that my money did jump down 55,000 before we just sold all that straw. From the last episode, I think it was around 100. So I did do quite a few things, but the main thing was I purchased a brand new windrow, which is something I said that I was wanting to do, to try and get a bigger windrow. So I've done that. And I've also done all the silage that I said I was going to do from these small fields here. So that's not something I need to worry about. And I've put it to the side there. So that field... This L-shaped one, I've got quite a bit of silage from, which is great news. Let's just open that up. May as well take the shortcut. So yeah, got the silage done on this section. I even, after it, sprayed a bit of slurry. So, been quite productive. Well, so from the last episode to this one. But yeah, we did well. We got enough silage to last us over. I mean, it's hay mainly that we want to be doing because that silage is for the cows, and you can see that there's 3 bales just stacked there as well because I chopped that section and also spread some slurry as well. So yeah, plenty of additional silage bales that will come in handy for the cows, and you know, if worst case scenario, we can always use it as well if we run out of hay, but I don't think we will. So the windrow is up at the field, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to send this up. We can use the class for the second mower. As you can see, they've already got this set up. And I think it's, yeah, got to be the focus to get that up to the... To get this up to our grass field with the other equipment that I've got up there. So I've actually got the windrow up there. And we need to get this guy set up with the mowers. Stuck in the fuel tank, as you do. going so well so far. Honestly, I feel dead rusty. Feel like I've taken a few days away from the game, been playing another game as well, and yeah, it's taken me a little bit of time to get back into the swing of things. So let's go up to Grassfield. That's that one. So you can see up here, I've got the baler set up on the Renault, which again mentioned in the last episode that I've actually souped that up now. So it's got a lot more horsepower, so it can happily run the baler. And then this is the row that I've gone for. So it's a good size row. Did buy it brand new though, unfortunately. I wanted to try and get one in the second-hand market, but there was nothing. And because of that, it was quite expensive. But it's brand new. It is a 15 metre, technically, 14.7 metre. So much bigger than the one before. And this field here is ready to go. So I'm going to bring this up to use with the windrow. That shouldn't be too bad. I did sell my old windrow, so we haven't got that. Just to try and claw back some of the money, because I'm trying my best not to spend too much. Because I have done well. I've got 118,000. We'll have a look in the stock checker soon, just to get a bit of an idea of how much, you know, we've got in products to sell. Because the main aim is to try and get all them fields. So I don't want to go and pay off like £50,000 here and there to the, you know, to the loan, even though I want to technically do that. It's just my priority has to be to get the fields to kind of move things along. So let's just quickly move this guy over here, get him going. Start from about there, should be fine. And just check that that's, yeah, all sorted. Conditioner on. If we have a look, it should show us our work width. Now, I don't believe that it is around that 6. I think we're going to leave some gaps there. So if we just have a quick look at this, I know sometimes this can be a little bit temperamental, but we don't want to be missing bits. 2.2 and 3.5, so we're definitely not at 6. I mean, we could go to 5.5. I think that would normally work out pretty well. 5.5, and move the offset back over to about there. That should be spot on. So let's get this sorted out. You can start from about there, buddy. And let's go and do 5 headlands. Smooth corners. We'll up the overlap. Try not to miss bits, but it always happens. Always happens. And then last time, I realised that we needed to bring in the boundary. So, well, we want to increase it, basically. So, to positive values, reduce the field size, but negative values increase. So, I'm going to give it to about there and hope that works pretty well. So first waypoint is over there, so we technically just set it from here, should work fine. So we're gonna have to bring this up now. Just looking at that as well, doesn't need fuel, but it's getting a bit, but it might need a bit of AdBlue soon. It is drinking through that, and we've also got maintenance going down. But since we've had it, we've actually done a lot of farming with this. I've been using it for the mowing, did it with the baling as well, and yeah, we used it in the big harvest. So it's a cracking idea. I think when we got this and the case, we really did step up our game. Second harvester as well. Yeah, I would love a third harvester as well. I've mentioned that. It would be incredible for the next harvest to get that, but I think we have to prioritise first before we even think about getting a third harvester. We need to make sure we get the right amount of fields. We did get that Joskin trail as well, so we've done really well for items and equipment that we've progressed through. You know, new mowers, new windrow, 2 new tractors. We've got the better trailer. So yeah, we're definitely progressing, but I just want to get these guys mowing. And then at least we can focus on getting this grass done. Done well for money. I'm just thinking 600,000 to about 650 is probably where I need to aim for. And to be honest, we could just go with wheat again. I don't mind switching to barley or something, but wheat's doing the job so far. It's good money when we dry it out. And I don't mind planting in as well in the spring. It doesn't need to be a winter crop that we put in the ground. So we have got a bit of time, but ideally, you know, we'd want to get it in sooner rather than later. But we've got to try and get about 650. We've got 100,000 already, so not doing too bad, but we're still quite a way off. So I think I can bring that down. Probably 3 headlands with that. Nah, we'll go 4. Nah, we'll try 3. We'll keep it sharp as well because that worked last time. There we go. Job done on that one. So if we just set that going for the first waypoint. Off you go, buddy. Happy days. That means both are out in the fields now mowing. If we want to use the baler, we're going to have to use course. See, I could still have extended that out. That is a big gap on the edge. Definitely is. What's it like down this side? Yeah, still a big gap. So we'll keep that in mind that even at 0.6 we can extend that out. But at least we're mowing, and it's going to be better this time because I've taken care of this field, I've planted, and it's not actually hindered me at all. We've still got a second cut in July, so that's great news. We'll definitely get the third cut for that. But yeah, let's have a quick look in our stock checker just to give you a bit of an idea of where we're at with the product. So you can see we're doing really well. I've kept 25,000 litres of wheat for the chickens, which is obviously worth it because look at the eggs already. 52,000 pounds straight away. So that brings it to about, let's just say that brings us to about 170, something like that maybe. Wool, straight away, we're over the 250 mark. What else have we got here? Clothes as well. That's May. We're going to get time to sell that in May. Let's just check how far we can go with it first. Crop calendar, April. Yeah, so the latest we can go is to April. No, in fact, for wheat, it's March. So we could go to barley if we needed to, and then it's April. But we're not going to be able to sell stuff for May, unfortunately. So fabric and clothes, we're going to have to ignore that, unfortunately. Dry wheat, though, that's the big one. 283,000. So if we said 250 before, that's bringing us about... Well, it's definitely over the 500,000 mark, which is... So say it is 500,000. But then we've got this cut of silage and another cut of silage. That's another 400,000. So we could be at 900k, which means we can pay off some of the loan. We can buy our fields. We can buy another harvester. Fingers crossed. But yeah, we should sell two loads of silage before the January. Well, by January, we'll have sold 2 loads of grass silage, which, like I said, with everything else, if I just calculate that right, I think... I didn't miss anything off there. So eggs is November. We'll get to sell that. Wool, that's the problem. I've calculated wool, but we can't actually sell that unless I go to barley. And if I do go to barley, I need to look at the prices of the dried barley fluctuations, 1539. So it's about the exact same price as wheat. It's about the exact same price. And I'm sure we get around the same because, again, wheat 729, 685. So, in fact, we might even get more barley. Don't know. I'd have to look into that just to see the numbers. But we could go to barley. We technically could, and it should be fine. We'll still be able to dry it out, sell it as dried products, but then we'll go to April. And if we do that, we could technically sell... the eggs, if we need the wool, if we need it. Depends, because if we're making good money from silage, we're making good money from everything else, and we can buy all the fields we need. We can get them prepped in time. It doesn't really matter too much thinking about it. We could go with wheat, we could go with barley. We'll decide that closer to, but it's not too much of a rush to get it in. As long as we can go and get everything planted by either March, April, by that time we'll have generated enough money to to buy the fields that we need. And then if we want to get a harvester eventually, because we're obviously going to need to, we don't need to get that until we're harvesting. So we'll have plenty of months to then progress through, a couple of cuts of silage, but also we'll have the wool, the clothes, the fabric, and so on. We shouldn't get too much fabric because we're going to try and process all that through into clothes. But even that's at 50,000 right now. And we've got quite a bit of time to progress through to get to the point where we're selling the clothes. So I actually think this is gonna work. So I obviously need to go into G and do a bit of work to get this all prepped out. But just to give you an idea, in fact, I'm just going to turn off the grass filter so it looks a bit better for you. So this is our field right now. Massive field we just done. My plan is to get 113, 112, 111, 44, 43 and plot 37 to then store the harvesters in, store all the fertilizer, seeds, that kind of stuff. So the next harvest I want to do is this big. That is my aim. And then the last little section is going to be 125, 124, 123, and 122 attached to all this. And then I want to do on the final aim of this series is this big harvest. So I think if we can aim to get that chunk, we should then, by the time we've done that and harvested it, we should have so much money to pay off all our loans and then purchase this section. Maybe even another harvester, probably going to be needed. And the final one can be a massive stretch. I think that's going to be a challenge, but also something interesting to do. Going to need the help of Courseplay for that, without a shadow of a doubt. Right, so just trying to think. Courseplay is going to be needed for the windrow. It might be a good idea to set one of them going first, just to try and give us a helping hand, but what's this guy on? I think he's just started his, looks like his third pass. But this is a big windrow, so we need to keep that in mind. I need to wait a little bit before I set this going, just because I want to do at least two headland passes on the Courseplay for it. But if I set it going now to 2 headland passes, I don't think it's quite at that point, unfortunately. But we could just set it up, ready to go. So we at least know what we're doing. We definitely don't want 4, we want 2. Don't need too much of an headland overlap on that one. If we put it down to 10, keep that in that. That should do the job. And then what I can quickly do as well, first waypoint, we'll copy the course, and then we'll go over to the Reno, and we'll paste it in. So at least that's all good. Now, I did talk about getting a second fast baler. That would be really good to have, quite useful. I mean, we can have a quick look at the market whilst we're waiting for this to process through. Do love this second-hand market, especially when you customize it and you add to the amount of items that are on show. I've talked about it in the past as well, about the fact that all these tractors came in after we were looking for it. We were looking for really, big tractors and everything, and we were like, just none of them were on show. And then, look, even a Veltra S series now, 300 to 400 horsepower, perfect, 190, not too bad. There's a lot of options now. Do you like that class trailer as well? 40, that is not bad at all. Is it? I mean, that's a pretty decent trailer to have. I'm not going to spend the money on it now, but eventually when we're doing the next harvest and the one after, we might even need an extra carter. Who knows? It's not as vital that. There are loads of tractors on offer. What we need to see, though, is a second fast baler. Definitely. That would be spot on. I mean, how much are they first? If we wanted to buy another Scroft edition fast baler. Let's have a quick look. It's got to be the fast baler. It's got to be. Do you like that quadrant, though? Nice looking one. But I think round bales is the way to go, especially for the silage. It's even the quick bale or the quick bale. But some of these balers are stunning, aren't they? This would be ideal, very helpful, but we're not going to go down that path. And then there's the fast bale, which is technically the quick bale. exactly know. I think, let's just have a look. It wasn't too bad, was it, really, for price-wise? 60,000. And then this is the one that I can have the Scroft edition. So, £60,000 is what we're looking for. We would probably put a silage additive tank on. Don't need random colours. We do need net wrap because I've already got that set up. And in fact, we could turn the net wrap off, really. It doesn't matter too much. If I turn it off, it might actually allow me to make grass silage instead of whole crop. Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? So think just over 60,000. We could buy it, get a second one, but I think with everything that we need to spend money on, it probably makes more sense to not do that yet. Part of me thinks I should get in and do something, but if we can get this guy going, I think we should be alright now to start this off. I might actually get in the Renault then and do a bit of the baling. Just to try and get things working nicely. But this is much needed. This silage is going to help us out a lot. It is definitely going to help us out. That bigger windrow is going to help us out as well. Having that is a lot less passes, and the good thing about this fast bale is it won't have any issues picking this up. I already had it pretty much full anyway, but look at the size of these rows. It's massive now. I'm so used to using about an 8 metre, 9 metre windrow, but going to a 15 it's incredible. But there should be a lot less passes, which will help us out a lot as well. Just hope the bales that I drop don't cause issues.
Wouldn't lie to you, doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me. She knows how to drive a truck, but she lets me pick her up when we're going dancing. My heart stops beating when my headlights shining on her. She's my country girl. I couldn't tell you what she's doing with me. She's so damn out of my league. She's a little bit crazy on the weekends, dancing in her red dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes. And I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her in my arms till the sun comes up. She's a little bit country. Yeah, she's my country girl. She's a little bit she can let her hair down, but got her feet on the ground. I can't get enough of her. She can drive me so wild, just with that sweet smile, and there's nobody else for me. My heart starts racing every time I'm looking at her. She's my country girl. I couldn't tell you what she's doing to me. She's a little bit crazy on the weekends, dancing in her red dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes. And I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her in my arms till the sun comes up. She's a little bit country. Yeah, she's my country girl. She's a little bit country. Yeah, she's my country girl. Guitar. Yeah. All right. Wouldn't lie to you, doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me. Ha. She's a little bit crazy on the weekends, dancing in her red dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes. And I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her in my arms till the sun comes up. She's a little bit country, yeah, she's my country girl. She's a little bit country, yeah, she's my country girl.
Right, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed that time lapse of me progressing through this first field. Done quite well so far. Got a lot of bales. I'll take account right at the end of the episode. But obviously, we're doing well so far. It's usually the same amount with that field. But we are on to the second field. So I did the baling manually on the first one. Second one, we've fully gone automated. The baler's out somewhere. There he is. Happy. I think a bale. Yep, a bale stopped him. So let's shift that out the way. Bloody hell, you think he'd know that he's he put a bale there? I don't know. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. It'd be good to see if they can just automatically, drive around items within courseplay. That'd be really cool if we can find a way of sorting that out. They shouldn't be an issue. That one probably will be. Even he's having a bit of an issue with that. So let's see if we can just scoot some of these over. Just preemptively thinking about the problems that are going to occur. Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad. But no, I think he's literally got one pass. In fact, we may as well just jump in, haven't we, and do that. Instead of been finding that a bit of a nightmare. And just hope that the baler matches up on that final pass. In fact, there's two passes there, isn't there? But no, we're doing well. We're doing well. This one's very close as well. It's not like it's got too far to go. We've just got a few up and down. All the headland passes are done. But no, we've made a shed ton of silage again. Good money. 200k. 200k. And what's even better, I'll just show you in a second. Let me just turn this off. But what's even better is our precision farming score. Right now, it's the best it's ever been. In fact, it's the best you can get it. We're at 100%, pretty much. I think we're about 99%, but we've got 15%, on the actual bonus. So there's not much else we can do. But look at this: 99 score of environmental with a 15% bonus on my sell prices. That field's at 97, 98. These are all at 100, 98 as well. That's at 95, but that's pretty much the kind of middle land. But luckily, it's not having an impact. You can see it's just all spots and bits and bobs, but it's not causing us any problems. And then, yeah, our big arable field. Now, that is going to shoot down. So really, if we work this right, before we buy all these fields to work on, we can try and sell everything. So I don't think we should buy. I think we should basically get all the money in first, know how much we're going to need, make sure we got it sitting in the bank account, and then by, I'd say, at least January, the very least, we sell everything before January, before we even think about buying these fields, so we can keep that maximum score. Because the problem is we can have the maximum score now, but we haven't got anything to sell. The next time to sell, because we're in July, it'd be good if I could organise that in months, so I can see what's coming up, start to, from top to bottom. So that can be like January to December down at the bottom. But you can see that we've got, going from July, we've got pretty much, we've got silage, we've got eggs. Yeah, pretty much we've got silage, eggs, and the dry wheat in January as well. So majority of the money we're going to make, we should sell at that maximum score. We've also got some silage we're going to sell when it's fermented, which is probably going to be around October time, I'd say. July, no, in fact, it'll be July, probably like mid-August, maybe, yeah, mid-August, September time, and then we'll do the next cut around October time, a final cut, so which is probably going to be the next episode, in fact. Yeah, so we'll definitely sell this silage probably mid-September, something like or September, August time, something along them lines. And then, yeah, our next cut's going to be around probably the start of autumn. So thinking about it, I could do a bigger jump cut and get another load of silage done. And then maybe when that's ready to sell, so our third cut, we could do the next episode on. Just trying to think about it, because we don't really want to do a repetitive episode of this and then the third cut straight after it. I could do that behind the scenes, and then, you know, for the next episode we can jump forward to when that's ready to sell. So I could, you know, go ahead and sell all this, do the third cut, sell that in the start of the next episode, and you can see where we're at financially then. Because, yeah, thinking about what else is there to do in the meantime. We've got all the animals. They're just quite happy. We don't really need to do anything too crazy. We're not going to be spending much money as well. So it's not like we're going to be investing anything, productions or anything like that, because we're just ticking along now nicely. The wheat's all dried up, like I said, so that doesn't really need any focus. I have turned the clothes off just because I was waiting for it to, you know, send through some of the fabric. And you can see that it distributes quite slowly. We've got a load of wool, but it's just not producing quick enough. That needs to be sorted out. I know I've got hopefully a really good productions pack coming soon to me by a modder that can hopefully we can have an alternative that, you know, speeds up, because I do think that that's too slow. It is too slow, because, you know, it doesn't take that long, does it, to produce some wool into fabric. I mean, the factories are efficient, but that is very slow. So we're kind of stumped here, because we've got a load of wool that we could be turning into fabric, but really we've got a big bottleneck here that's not allowing us to send it over. So that could be something to try and sort out. Are you going to hit that bale? No, all good. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll do a bit of a jump cut, wait right to the end now, not too far off anyway, and we'll take a count of bales just to see how many we've got. But I'm expecting about 200,000 like last time. Right, so that's that done. Both fields and our second cut on our grass fields are complete. And we've produced 89 grass silage bales, each at 10,000 litres. So that's, you know, a hell of a lot of silage. Hopefully, you know, it turns into grass silage this time. Fingers crossed. And, yeah, we get a lot. We can see we got 1 million litres of grass condition. So it's incredible. It's incredible. It's already 92,000 when we sell at £89, but that goes up to 300. So that is a lot. Now, don't get me wrong, we have got a few grass silage bales that are sitting by the farm, so that's not that whole amount. But yeah, we've got a lot. We've got a lot of money potentially coming in. So next episode, we are, like I said, we're in July day 2 now. So I'm just trying to figure out for the next episode what we should do. I personally think we should try and speed this series along now, because we want to get this. We want to get this done. We really do. So I think in the next episode, I'm going to skip through, sell all the silage I've got now, and then for the next episode, I'll have done exactly what I've just done in this episode for our third cut, and we'll start that one off by getting that silage sold, and then maybe at that point as well, you know, we'll have some other things to sell. So it'll be a good episode to kind of claw in the money and get a bit of a recap of where we're at. But yeah, this is going to help us out to hit that goal of getting that massive field in the next episode. I will keep an eye out though for anything on offer, because I mean, if there's an unbelievable deal for a third harvester, it just might be something we have to do. But at the same time, it's not vital, but it would be nice, because I think the next harvest is going to be pretty big. I think the one we've just done was pretty big, but the next one especially is going to be double that size. So might be the biggest field that I've ever harvested in a single player session. I think there's a very good chance that that's the case. So there will be more videos this week on Court Farm, just because I'm not planning on doing the survival with Beanie, because she's not very well, unfortunately. But I have got a few other ideas as well, so I might bring something new to the channel, just because I want to go back and do something that I said a long time ago I'd do. So keep an eye out on the channel for something a little bit different. Hopefully I can get a chance to do that. But if Beanie's better and feels up to it, then we'll try our very best to get on a survival episode, because I'm really enjoying that series with Beanie. It's a nice change of pace. But at the same time, I'm also enjoying this. This is the, it feels like this is the, you know, the way I'd play in a single player session if I wasn't making content. So I do like this because it kind of reminds me of them FS 19 days, FS 17 days before I was making, you know, videos on YouTube. So definitely enjoying it. But hopefully you are too. And if you are, please give the video a thumbs up because that does help me out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one.